Let me say that the focus of our reform was not digital services, was cross-border services, which is a broader family. Is I don't know, digital services less than 1/5 of the cross-border services, and the basic problem is when the services are provided. With no presence in Colombia, so that although the activities take place in Colombia, okay, and that's the basic point that was reflected. And again, I restate, we adopted the concept of significant economic presence. So if you provide services in Colombia, you have a presence in Colombia, a significant presence in Colombia. So you have to pay taxes in Colombia. So the rules then have to be set about what is the benefit, let's say the benefit that the firm had taken place in Colombia. By the way, we don't have digital service taxes which is a good question. Now, of course, with significant opposition from the United States, that is actually leading several countries to dismantle the digital service taxes. But there has to be, in the UN Convention, there has to be agreement on, let's say, on the broader issue of cross-border services and the specific issue of digital service in particular. Now, in the case of a cross-border services, you can say, well, there can be, principle of, first of all, there probably has to be several alternatives because, let's say, many developing countries will not be able to manage a sophisticated formula for that. So there has to be a very simple. And, today, I think perhaps the best proposal I can see, which is simple, is use let's say the gross revenues that the firm is taking with let's say the average tax rate of that firm, or excuse me, average profit rate of that firm, and you apply that percentage to the service, and then that's the income that has to be paid. That's probably the simpler system. I think you can think of many more sophisticated that take into account the particular cost of that particular service. But that's so maybe there are going to be more than one formula. But I am optimistic. Actually, the most complicated story that actually Professor Sigrid presented today in the meetings is what happens to digital services that are not paid, that don't involve a payment, like Google, which is the case that he uses. So in that particular case, how is the profits of Google distributed among the many countries where Google is providing services? And I think that's a specific topic, a complex one, that I see. I hope there is a clarity in the negotiations, but it's going to be a very complex topic. Anyway, but generally speaking, that's the family of topics that have to be, again, broader cross-border services and the particular issue of digital services, including the very specific case of digital services that are not paid for. But the benefit comes from the selling of data by that corporation, like in the case of Google. So the benefits go elsewhere. But of course, if there is no rule, I guess all the taxes will be paid in the United States or wherever they have the headquarters. Anyway, so it's anyway, I am optimistic. Actually, reflecting on the comments of my colleague panelists, I am optimistic. I know the question of the European Union and the three countries that were mentioned as the tax havens of the European Union it's a complex one. Actually, it's the reason why in the Pillar 2 of OECD is the tax rate that was out there was 15%, not the 25% that we suggested. And actually, the United States proposed, I think, 21% or something like that. So even the U.S. had a stronger proposal at that time.